The new year comes with new ways for pros to save at Lowe's. Like when you're ready to tackle your taxes, we'll help you save up to $100 off federal tax preparation when you file through TurboTax. All you have to do is sign up to become a Lowe's Pro Loyalty member by January 25th, and the savings is yours. This exclusive offer is for new Lowe's Pro Loyalty members only, so sign up at lowesforpros.com/proloyalty. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Discount valid on select TurboTax services through October 15th. More terms apply. U.S. only.
And here we are, the podcast, the simulcast, the serial winners. Yeah, I know serials are the most popular podcast out there. Well, we're serial winners here at offshoreinsiders.com. Okay, was Sunday our best day? No. 841 and 673 overall, though, going back to August the 27th of last year. 103 and 65 in football, 16 and 1 primetime NFL. You got the NFL total. You got 4 NBA. You've got 6 college basketball from your grandmaster. We keep getting better. Basically, why have I gotten even better over the last 14, 15 months? I finally realized, look, so many of these angles and theories cross sports. And when I discover an angle in one sport, I apply it to other sports. And it has to do with a lot of regression to the mean and how people overreact, the public overreacts, and it really goes back to the golden rule of gambling, that the odds are not set on based on a prediction, but a prediction on which way the public is going to bet. And we've definitely isolated that in every single sport, there are certain things in common where teams are going to be overvalued and undervalued, more particularly when it comes to totals. And our totals have been on fire lately. We're increasing the quality and quantity of our totals releases. You get it all at offshoreinsiders.com. Giants and the 49ers. Of course, Nick Mullins starting at quarterback for the 49ers. San Fran is -3, but laying anywhere from 118 to 125 juice or 3.5, and you can get them back at 105. The total is mostly 45s. You can get some 44.5s if you shop real hard. Make sure you visit offshoreinsiders.com for the place to go for the shopping around for line moves and more. Right now, 62% of the bets and 71% of the money is on the New York Giants. 67% of bets and 72% of the money is on the over. In other sports, the most lopsided bets in terms of number of bets in the NBA, Golden State getting 84% of the bets, San Antonio getting 73%. As far as the money concerned, both of those teams are getting 77% of the bets. So there's no real dichotomy there. As far as our sharp versus square, pros versus Joes metrics, the LA Clippers would be a sharp move. Take a look at the totals. Nothing overwhelming when it comes to number of bets on totals. The LA Clippers under. The LA Clippers under is getting 76% of the bets. Finally got some sharp moves today in the NBA when it comes to totals. Memphis under would be the strongest, and then Washington under is also a pretty strong pros versus Joes, or sharp versus squares, whatever you want to call it. Now for college basketball. Most lopsided bets in terms of number of bets. Both Oklahoma and Pitt getting 80% of the bets. In terms of money, Pitt getting 83% of the money. Butler getting 77%. Nothing qualifies as a sharp versus square, pros versus Joes. The number of over-unders, Jackson State over getting 86% of the bets. Stanford over getting 81% of the bets. As far as money's concerned, big liability here. 97% of the money on Jacksonville State to go over the total. Monmouth over, also a pretty big play. Nothing really to report as far as sharp moves are concerned. Now let's take a look at some ATS trends in the NBA. Minnesota's going over 16-5 at home. Orlando is going under 19-6 as a road dog. San Antonio 3-11 against the spread on the road. The Bulls have gone under 11-3 as a favorite. College basketball, Oklahoma's dropped 9 straight on the road. They are 3-14 overall. Stanford has covered 7 straight. Minnesota 6-17 overall skid. Biggest line moves, it is in the NBA. Chicago opened up as a 1-point favorite to Dallas. They're now a 1-point underdog. And the only other somewhat significant, Toronto opened up as a 7-point favorite to New Orleans. They are now a 9-point favorite. College basketball, nothing of enormous significance. Oklahoma opened up as a 6.5-point favorite to Texas San Antonio. They're now an 8.5-point favorite. How about a free pick for you? And this is an actual premium pick. We have an angle that basically says a team that is trending over is a very good under bet under very specific circumstances that apply tonight. And especially even better earlier in the season where it's going under 378 and 271. Middle Tennessee State and Belmont under. Now I'll give you a hint. 5 other situations that applies tonight. 5 other situations. Who? Go to offshoreinsiders.com for all the details. Joe Duffy's picks. America's only Grandmaster Handicapper and the industry standard. Who have been the best teams to bet on this year as far as the biggest over teams far and away in the NBA? Utah is going over 9-3 by an average of 8.7 points per game. Although Detroit split, they've gone over 6-6. They've gone over by an average of 4.4 points per game, which is actually even more than Milwaukee. Milwaukee is, in fact, the biggest over team in the NBA in terms of record, going over 10-3. But when you talk about, based on the so-called sweat barometer or the margin of cover, they rank tied for 4th. So that's why we like to use the margin even more than the mere over-under records or ATS records for that matter. Case in point, Houston has gone over at a 6-6 rate. Has gone under. Well, they've gone over to 6-6 rate as well. Houston's a top under team in the NBA. They have gone under at a 6-6 rate, but by an average of 10.3 points per game. Denver's going under 8-4-1 by an average of 7.7 points per game. Memphis is going under 7-4 by an average of 7.5 points per game. If you like this free information, and why the hell wouldn't you, and it includes a free pick on a daily basis, please comment. Or if you're watching on Periscope, as we said, this is simulcast, give us a heart. You can share, please share this comment, embed, retweet. I know, we do this when ready, so we don't schedule it anymore for various reasons. A good part of our views and 100% of our listens on our rebroadcast are, of course, not live, but they're on demand. But please comment. We'll answer any questions that you do have on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on various podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating. That will help us. That tells you want more information like this. And every single sports book, literally every single sports book on offshoreinsiders.com has been thoroughly vetted. That's why we only got about a half dozen. They all pay on time. They all have large bonuses. They do not cut you off. That's becoming an even bigger problem, by the way. I should have said that early on. We got a lot. Our guys are getting cut off. We're winning too much. We are literally winning too much. And that's why we tell people to avoid William Hill. William Hill, they're known to cut people off that win too much. And we've had New Jersey, Vegas, online. We have some clients over in England. They're getting cut off by it's that certain sports book. We've got sports books at offshoreinsiders.com that will pay you on time and will not cut you off. Of course, if you're not a Joe Duffy's Picks client, you probably don't have to worry about getting cut off for winning too much. And look, and you bet on your own. Those are great sports books as well. And again, 99% of my gambling is on sports. So I don't talk enough about the online casinos, but their online casinos get rave reviews. I got some clients of mine that love the live dealers at these sports books. So make sure you visit offshoreinsiders.com. Those thoroughly vetted sports books and, of course, the best handicappers.
Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier with Wi-Fi speeds over a gig. It's more than enough speed to power all your devices. Introducing Gig Wi-Fi, new from Xfinity. Go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply.